Welcome, and
Welcome, everybody.
to the DNA Sportscast on this lovely, warm 38-degree Melbourne day.
9:39. No.
39?
Mm.
Stuff for Allah. All right.
Mashallah,
We've
brother.
got...
Mashallah, my brother. Anyway. I don't know why it's hot, bro.
Waffle.
I'm fucking
Heat brain.
bro. Major heat fog in the brain. Anyway, so let's get right down into it. We have a few games this week.
Game week 24.
Yes, and to start with, look, we'll have our feature games. We'll run through those and then we'll just go through the rest.
Yeah, got some big games such as...
One of the feature games are Aston Villa versus Arsenal.
That's actually how we kick the game week off.
Exactly. So I don't know. I feel like this game. I think Arsenal should be good enough to win.
They should be. I think they won't. I think they're going to be 1-1.
Wow, I thought 2-1. I think there's going to be a bounce. There's going to be a bounce back, and Villa, I think, are going to start really strong. And to like leads it against us, just look to score and capitalise early.
Yeah.
So because Arsenal are a very dangerous team going forward too. So Villa are going to be careful about going in too early, too quick. But yeah, I think that's the only way you can beat Arsenal. Is just you got to play. You got to be the better team, and obviously, and also, you've got to know your identity as a team better than them, and that's the only teams that do that. I'm not going to say I don't want to say United, but City, they know each other through and through. So I think that being like an indicator, I think, well, also United sort of applies to United too, in a sense where, Ten Hag is a very strong character. So I think he would be able to get through to the players very quickly in that sense, whereas Arteta's more of a nurturer. So I feel like the way what's expected, against teams, I think that the level of expectation versus being able to execute, is the telling tale. So let's see if Villa can do that with the way they like to play defensively, and let's hope, not hope, sorry, that's my United supporter coming out of me, but Bailey, or whoever is going to be able to do a quick break going up front. Maybe Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins has turned up a little bit recently, but not as much as you'd like.
Well, look, my thinking behind it is Arsenal have a 1 day's rest in between the City game and then the Villa game, and that's like today.
How many days?
So City and Arsenal literally played yesterday, and then Arsenal's playing Villa tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a big ask for the Arsenal boys,
and
but
it's away, so they have to travel to
I
Aston
think they'll
Villa.
be all right.
No, they're gonna pop up. Emery's gonna be like, "Good evening," and I don't think Aston Villa's gonna win, but I think when you go to Villa, especially a tired team like Arsenal, because they're gonna be knackered.
Yeah.
They're gonna rock up. Villa's gonna put in a show. You either get a shit Villa or just something unreal Villa that you do not expect. And I think that's going to be one of these days.
Let's see if they turn up.
I think Arsenal's poor form will continue just this little bit longer because they're not going to have the rest. They're not going to have the recovery. Good Evening has an agenda.
It's an agenda, to win, mate. To win.
Yeah.
They all do. So
I don't know. I think Arsenal will maybe start off strong and then the tired legs will show.
Yeah, well, I think they will conserve themselves to start with, and that's why I think Villa may get a bit comfortable in the game, but then realise soon after that shit they're really in the deep, and I think Arsenal will just turn it on them. So well, I feel like it'll be like the same sort of thing that happened with Leeds and United, where they went 2 up and we just came back. Well, we drew, but really could have won. But yeah, I just feel like there's that sort of same sort of quality difference in a way. But Villa are better than Leeds.
I could see Arsenal getting the win on the other hand, but I can also see the draw just a little bit more. I don't see Villa coming away with the win though. There's no way they come with 3 points.
Yeah, I think that the legs factor will be a major factor. So look, I think Arsenal have the plan to do it, but
Yeah.
let's see if they translate it on the pitch.
Yeah, you never know. At this point in time, you don't know which Arsenal you're going to get either.
No.
Um,
So yeah.
anyways, that's enough about Arsenal.
So now we've got Chelsea, Southampton.
Chelsea, Southampton. Look, this is like a confidence booster. All right, and I say
this is your chance.
it
now.
sounds like I say that with confidence, but I'm still nervous because
I think
they've just sacked Nathan Jones. If they get, I'm seeing the links with Jesse Marsh. Not sure if it's confirmed yet. But there's your new manager bounce if they confirm it in time. Like,
no. Not this team, bro.
What do you mean not this team? It always happens. It doesn't matter what team.
Southampton is probably the worst I've seen them. This is probably the worst I've ever seen them, and I've seen them in the Premier League for so long now.
I think we need to rest a few players. I think Mount needs to start. Maybe you get Fofana to start. Maybe give Thiago Silva a rest even.
Yeah,
he's been playing every single game.
I reckon that too.
You
for
know,
sure.
Badia Shiel and Chalobah can play, or Koulibaly.
I think this is the game where your front you can't really do much about, but I think you can start to dabble a bit in the defense, just to see what works. See if Chilwell's gonna play well. Let's see if he's got the legs.
Get a bit more game time into him. It's a bit of a weird one because on one hand, you want to rest a few players, but on the other hand, you need the confidence boost and you need to blow them away to get everyone's confidence running. You know, maybe this is a game when Mudryk gets a goal and turns his confidence up.
Honestly, I just think it's going to be fucking domination from you guys. I don't think Southampton are going to be able to cope. I don't think they'll cope.
I hope so.
I think they're going to, bro. They've got a history of that team getting smashed when they're down. And they're fucking down at the moment, and for the worst, very badly. So, they're brought in basically. Honestly, never. I liked what he said, Nathan Jones, but obviously he just didn't do. Probably I don't know, just probably too hard on the boys. I don't know.
All talk.
Yeah, he's just so. It was really aggressive as a manager, which sometimes you need. You need to get in when teams are in those positions of relegation. Yeah, you definitely need to. You've got to just rip off the band-aid with some things and just, force things on players in terms of what they need to do. And if they can't show up and can't cope, then another player comes in. And that's how teams go down very quickly. And that's what Southampton have been doing. So,
yeah. Well, I hope, Chelsea need the confidence booster, but also we need to rest some players. So I hope both happen.
Yeah.
I hope we, Thiago Silva gets a rest. Havertz gets a rest even.
Who scores, though?
Who scores?
Yeah, who scores?
It's a great question.
I have a feeling there's a brace in there for somebody. There's a brace. There's
a header from a defender, like a corner or something, across. And then there's a brace from maybe some new guys. Maybe there's not Havertz, Mudryk or Madueke.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe Mount gets back on the score sheet.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he should be starting Mudryk, Mount, Madueke, Fofana, or Felix. Actually, yeah, Felix has to start as well.
Yeah.
On loan, he needs to be starting all the games he can. Because we don't have. Then we've got a bit of a rest. We don't have any cup games on.
Yeah.
We just played our Champions League game, so we've got a bit of a rest for the next game. So
I think you guys will be game. I honestly think Potter will literally just say, just go through them. Well, they all literally say, go through them. You have to. You have to.
We have to. Well,
you cannot. No, there's no other way to go about this game. Boys, I'm sorry. You have to charge through them. If you can't do this now, then I'm going to be... I know... I'm telling you now, I think he's going to field the players that have been struggling and just see what they do. Not struggling, but the players that have been... I think this is going to be their opportunity to either say, yes, I belong in this team, or I don't.
Yeah.
And that's why this is going to be a thumping.
On the other hand, after this game, we've got an... what is that? An 8-day rest?
Yes.
Or just over a week's rest before going to Tottenham away.
It's not too bad.
So, maybe he just starts all the big boys.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I don't know.
I think, but
I get that boost.
A bit of
Nah, you want to.
confidence booster for the ones that aren't, like you said, the ones that aren't playing as well.
But why
And
play him?
also,
What are they building on here? There's no real. There's you see there's improvement, but I still feel like you guys are in a stage where you can still chop and change players in the squad.
Yeah.
Allow players to have a little bit of rest, have a bit of confidence, so they can go into the next game feeling a bit more, I don't know, mentally ready. I'm not
Yeah.
too sure, but
Well,
I feel
just
like players at that level know they don't need to be playing every game, but obviously they love to, but they don't need to be, especially in the position they're in now. I think they need to be looking out after their bodies because of the injuries you guys have too.
Yeah.
So it's like I think you can't afford to field the same team at the same time. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think we'll field the exact same team. I think you saw how we used players in the Champions League game. We started Felix, Havertz, Ziyech, and Mudryk, right?
Yeah.
The only one of the four, I'm just talking about the attack. The only one of the four that came off was Mudryk for Mount, right? And then when you go back to the Premier League, you've got Madueke, hasn't been registered for the Champions League, and Fofana. So now the Premier League is where you use these guys.
Yeah.
So now I think Ziyech goes back to the bench. He gets used as more of a Champions League player. I think Mount, was it 1 or 2 weeks ago, I said Havertz and Mount both need to be dropped. Both need a bit of time on the bench. Now, that's exactly what happened to Mount. Havertz haven't been able to drop him because we don't have any other options, to be honest.
Yeah, you can't.
With all the players we have, there's no options.
Yeah.
So, but now I think, Mount's been dropped for 2 games now to a bench player. I think he should probably get back in the starting lineup again. Maybe we let Havertz have a rest and either move Felix up to a striker position or have Fofana up at striker.
Yeah, man. Just find out. Just try it out. I think Felix would be pretty good in the centre forward position, but I think he just lacks the run back. You know what I mean? Like I just don't see him. He can create space ahead of him, but I don't think he'll be the centre forward you need him to be. I just feel like he'll be just going for goal. He'll be like a striker almost, but like he'll want space. So it'll restrict your team a lot, I feel like. I don't know.
The balance is going to be weird. That's why Havertz has literally had to play every single game.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's why they had I think that's why Felix just hasn't gone in there.
Yeah.
And that's why I think you're right. He's the best player. He's the best player in your team.
You can tell already. He's the smartest one there.
He is a smart boy, but he just lacks conviction, man.
Yeah, for the final product, you just see the dribbling, the tight dribbling. He creates himself space, does this, does that, gets the pass away, and then unfortunately that last pass is to Havertz, and then he'll just fuck it up or something.
Yeah,
because he just doesn't know how to finish. But yeah, Felix has really impressed me.
Yeah,
with all that stuff,
yeah,
the way
really
he
good.
moves around players, and it gets me. I've seen links. I don't want to get excited, but I've seen links of Chelsea with Neymar. I've seen some.
That'd be good.
It's
That'd be
probably
good.
bullshit, but I saw something about Todd Bowley and
course.
co had a meeting with Neymar's agent over a potential transfer or something like that.
Surely having memes with every fucking player's agent, man.
Yeah. Well, now
Every marketable player.
Now, during January, it wasn't actually him doing... So at the start of the season, when he came in, we didn't really have a recruitment staff, right? We didn't have a technical director. We didn't have all this stuff. He was still looking for those places. That's when you had your Aubameyang come in, you know? So that didn't work, obviously. A terrible signing. But now we've literally taken all of Brighton's staff, and we've taken, I think, is it RB Leipzig's technical director, I believe. So we've got all these people in place now who have done the Mudryk, the Fernandes, all these signings. So if they're working on a Neymar deal, seeing how Felix plays, it's actually very similar to Neymar. So that could be exciting. But
because he's doing
after
so well.
after all these players we've signed, are we really going to get Neymar? Is this really what we should be going for? I don't know. I don't get
Imagine you had him against Southampton, bro. He would have had a laugh, bro.
Imagine we go into next season with Sterling, Mudryk, and Neymar. All his left wing options.
Yeah,
what's going on?
It's pretty big.
What's going on? Who's playing where?
It's pretty big. I think. One of them have got to show up against.
But anyway,
boys,
Felix is probably going to end up costing 100 mil if we do want to sign him. Atletico signed him for 130. They're going to want to get most of that back.
But he doesn't have the same stuff he had back in the day. He just doesn't.
If he lights it up for the rest of this season, if he scores 10 goals, maybe, they're going to be trying to get, and they've seen we're going to be paid 120 for Fernandez. They're going to be asking for 120 or something. They're going to be asking to try and get his money
Potentially.
back.
Let's
But
see.
I wouldn't pay
let's see what happens.
I wouldn't pay more than 80.
I think this market, we don't know. We don't know at the end
it's
of the day.
nuts.
We don't know what other transfers are going to go through that's going to dictate how other prices are. I think the Neymar. Look, man, if you let's say potentially sign, I don't know, whoever before Felix, and yeah, you offer him 80. I think that all goes to
if
show
I'm Atletico,
that you guys aren't prepared to pay over the top dollar for players. I think you guys have got to start reiterating that again, otherwise you're going to just end up in the same position as City.
yeah.
You got to. It's like, yeah, you got the money, but you got to know how to spend it. And I think with all everything that's been put in place, like you said, the footballing director and all the stuff you've put in place, I think you guys will be all right. But it's like at the moment, the way Bowley's spending is not great. Anyway,
Yeah.
so all in all, Southampton will get smashed against your boys, I feel. And yeah, I think this is just going to be a game that's if they drop any points, it's going to be a point or 3 drop.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Oh yeah, I think if Felix wants to come, it'll be dependent on if he really wants to come or not. I heard that he's happy here and he wants to stay or something like that. So he could push for it and that could help, but we'll see how we go.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get a big result this week to boost the boys' confidence, and then we'll get a nice week's rest.
Yeah,
before the
you
next
guys
game.
will get rest, and then players will slowly start coming back
Yep.
without even realizing.
What's next?
We've got Newcastle, Liverpool. Now,
Newcastle,
I think this is going to be a very tight game, and I think Liverpool's going to focus on countering. I don't think they can. I think Newcastle are going to press very high. I think they're going to give it to this Liverpool team. I think they're going to start going. But is Gamires back in? I don't even know.
I believe so.
If he's back in, he can come off or even start, and I think he'll still play well. So give me. I think it's going to be
Yeah, it looks like
it's going to be a 1-1, I
looks
believe.
like he's all right.
I think it's going to be a 1-1, but because Liverpool are going to defend a bit better this time. I think they're going to defend really well. I think they would have got a little bit of confidence against Everton. And yeah, I just remember the Newcastle at the start of the season, who just against City, who just pressed so fucking high against them and made City look like the weakest I've ever seen them play in a long time. And I believe that game there was the start of the little blimps with City. It was the start of like, oh, this is interesting here. You know what I mean? Even though it was before the World Cup and before Cancelo left and everything like that. But all I've got to say is, yeah, I think Newcastle are in a good position to go into that game. But I feel like Liverpool are going to get something out of it. Like I said, I think they'll defend a lot better, but Newcastle are going to press a lot, and then the game could just flip a bit in the last 20 or so, and Liverpool could get an equaliser,
Yeah. Well, yeah, I put a 0-0 draw. So similar, just I think without the goals. I think Newcastle literally have the best defensive record in the league. Right? So I think they are going to take the game to them like they do with every team, but also keep that tight defense like they've been doing, and Liverpool just won't be able to keep up with it. But at the same time, Newcastle, since the World Cup, haven't been as much of a threat in the final third scoring.
But yeah, okay.
So that's why I think it'll just end up being a stalemate at 0-0.
You know, the thing is though, Liverpool are going to go because there's not much space between them and Newcastle. So Liverpool on 32 points with 21 games played. Newcastle on 41 with 22 games played. So they've got a difference of 9 points. Liverpool get these 3 points. They're going to be 2 games away from the top 4. So Jamie Carragher may have had a point in saying that after the Everton game, because obviously that's if they get a result, a very good result against Newcastle. So I think this game, I think Klopp's really gonna underline the fact that this is the game where we're back in this, boys. Fucking wake up now.
Yep.
Wake up. That's like, we got a good result last week. Don't get it carried away. This team is going to be 10 times better than that Everton side. And they will be. This Newcastle team is going to be fucking dangerous, I reckon. Even though they've slowed down a bit, I think for both teams it's huge.
Yeah. Definitely is because Newcastle need to keep up that form at the top. If they want to keep top four, they need to turn their form back around to like how it was at the start of the season.
Yeah,
And then Liverpool need to do after this win, they need to keep that momentum going. So this is, well, it could be make or break for Liverpool.
look,
Could be, and
potentially.
it could be make or break for Newcastle's
I thought
top
that.
four.
Well, again
top
with
four
with
votes as
Everton,
well.
that's what I said. I was like, it's make or break now, and they've made themselves, and now it's like they're just gonna keep going.
Yeah, so it'll be tough. It could go either way. It could, I don't know. I see it being a very good tight game though. I don't see it being a blowout by any team.
No, I think it will be a tight game for
Yeah.
sure, and yeah, so it'll be a very good game though. Be a very good game.
Yep.
So next, the last feature game we have is United versus Leicester. I just wanted to talk about Leicester and how they've done. They did really well against Tottenham. They won 4-1, and they look a lot better. But I think Tottenham are not good at all, and I think this will be a nice little wake up call. We're not gonna play out of our skin because we've got these ties coming up, and I think we won't play our strongest team. But I feel like we.
You think
Yeah.
you won't play your strongest team?
No, not against
Okay.
the Leicester anyway, because we've got the next leg against Barca as well. I know that's in like a week or so, but all the rest, it all adds up. So
Yeah.
I feel like rejuvenated Leicester, they're gonna come to Old Trafford, but I think let's see. I think this game again, we'll see if Tottenham were just really bad last week, or Leicester actually have come to show, which we saw. They looked really dangerous. So, I think we came off a draw. Yeah, coming off a draw against Barcelona, where I think we did pretty good. But I mean, we sort of had to adapt, which we always do in each game, and we went up, but unfortunately we copped the goal soon after. So, I think Leicester just had a really good few minutes against Tottenham. Not a few minutes, but a period of time, and they just ran away with it, and Tottenham just were passengers in that game. So, I think we will win 2-1.
Yep. Well, I've put you winning 3-2.
Wow.
So I think, so similar to you, I think 1 goal margin, but I just think a few more goals because I think Leicester's just looked a big threat going forward. If they're scoring 4 goals against Tottenham, I think they can put 2 past you. But I think you just score more. It's like I don't know. There's something about Maddison coming back.
Madison's goal was a freak goal, man.
Maddison. I had Nacho. It's all just starting to work. Harvey Barnes is all starting to work. So I think they'll take that momentum into this game. But I think their defense just won't be there. So you'll just outscore them.
By the way, Harry Suter got that assist for Nacho.
I saw that.
I saw it, and I'm like, are they going to count it? Because he ran a bit far. But anyway, so Harvey Barnes had a goal ruled offside too. I watched this game. There's so much happened in this game, man. But anyway, I think this Leicester team, you're right. They are really good going forward. They are they like playing with each other. And I think they found a good mix with Maddison, Barnes, Nacho. Yeah, let's see what happens.
In saying this, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 3-1. 2 goals or 1 goal, I don't know. I think they score. I think
will.
You'll be very lucky to keep a clean sheet. I think they'll get a goal.
Yeah.
But I think you'll get 3 at least.
Yeah. 3. Yeah, I
2 or
reckon.
3. Yeah. But yeah, I'll stick to my 3-2.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's that's what I reckon.
So, let's go through the rest of the games now. We've got all the feature games. So we've got Wolverhampton versus Bournemouth. I think that again, they drew last week, sure, to Newcastle, but again, a blimp again. I think it'll be a pretty shitty game, be stalemate, but Wolves will get away with them in 1-0.
Yep, exactly what I put.
Yeah,
exactly
perfect.
what I put.
Is anything else to say?
Not really. I think Wolves are good for 1 goal. I think Bournemouth are good for none. It's just kind of how it's been going all season.
That's it. That's the general feel now. I think there's been enough games played now the way we know. I know at the start of the season we're like, let's just see how the games played out, and then the predictions will get easier, and they have gotten easier. But they, finding these little blimps like your cherries drawing at Newcastle, it's a bit shit. But anyway, so we've got Brentford Palace. What have you gone
Well,
for?
I've gone for 2-0 to Brentford.
Same. Tony, the man at the
This is
moment.
what happened last week as well. We got a
Yeah.
lot of the exact same predictions.
Yeah. So yeah, Tony being the man at the moment.
Yeah.
That
He's
Palace
actually
side is very
strong.
good at going
Yeah.
forward, but I think Brentford. I think Palace be too worried about Brentford's counter attacking because they definitely are better in that sense,
Yeah.
and they're a lot more deadly. So, yeah. So,
Yeah, I get you. 100%. I agree. It's Tony's just the man.
Yeah.
Tony, Mbemo, Wissa, sorry. Wissa and Mbemo, yeah.
So yeah, Tony the man.
Tony
I
the
reckon.
man, and
So-
yeah.
Everton Leeds.
What's it I put here?
I've gone 2-2.
2-2. I put 2-1 to Leeds. This is a relegation battle.
Okay, it's getting
Right.
shit's getting real.
It's just getting real.
Shit
This
just
is,
got real.
I'll say 18th versus 17th.
Bad boys reference.
I think Leeds putting good performances against you. But
Yes,
actually,
they competed the whole
Yeah.
time, which they always do, and you can
Yeah.
never fault them for. But they did look better. You're right. They looked better in competing.
yeah, but do they take that form into an Everton game?
If
So
they fucking
against
do,
Daishi, who
if they
just
do, they
sits
beat them
back?
3-0.
Yeah, they could
But
do.
it's like you said, Daishi. Nah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
hard.
Daishi's going to sit back, probably let them have a bit more possession, maybe. I don't know. It'd be interesting, that one. It would actually be like, it's two teams that haven't been performing as a whole this season, but it will be a good game to watch.
Yeah. So what would you say?
2-1 to Leeds, yeah.
I go 2-2. Forest City. I originally went 3-0 City.
Yep.
But I'm actually gonna go 2-0 City. It's gonna be a domination, but Navas is gonna have a really long day. I think he's
True.
gonna have a really long day.
True.
I don't know. I think Forest, the way they set up, they cannot do that against City. You cannot do that against City. Oh my
No.
god, that's shit scary. You can't do
No.
it. You can't. Just can't. They are way too defensive, bro. It is fucking scary almost, bro.
Yeah.
Scary.
Well, I did go 3-0.
Interesting.
At first, I put 3-1 because I think Forest is good for a goal every now and then, but
Bro, they've got the
not
second.
against this team.
They've got the second least goals in the league with 17, and trailing behind who had 16, Everton. So
No, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a very long day for them. They goals come every now and then, but I ended up changing my mind. It's not gonna happen this game.
City have scored the most.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, that's
Simple
not
as-
surprising. That's not surprising,
59
yeah.
goals, and the next one is
Could be worse.
is
Could be 4-0.
47. 47. Arsenal scored 47. So they've got 12 goals on Arsenal. So
Yeah, that's nuts.
It's gonna be a long day for Forest. I'm gonna go with Navas's. I'm backing solely Navas's quality to make it not embarrassing for him. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 3-0's. If you're
I'm going 2-0.
Forest and you're losing 3-0 to City, I don't find that embarrassing.
You're in the Premier League though. You don't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah, but
you don't want to
3-0
be.
against City.
You don't want to be embarrassed. No. It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
like the reason that whole thing with what's attached to a club, it means something. Like United, when we go everywhere, it's always a big game for everyone because it's true. In our DNA, we play every game like we want to win it, and everyone knows that. And that's the same as City.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Forest likes to defend. They don't go out and win games.
It's true.
You know, and obviously that's due to the quality they have, but really they could be doing better. It's like they're playing to their weaknesses. It's weird, bro.
Yeah.
It's weird. They could definitely be doing a lot better. They have been a lot more stable recently, but I think they just need stronger heads in that team.
Yep.
Anyway, let's move on.
Whip it up and round it off. All right, next game.
I've got Brighton, Fulham, and I've gone with a 1-1.
I've gone with a 2-2.
Okay, interesting.
They've got goal. Both teams have goals. Both teams have
They
been playing
do.
really well.
I think it's gonna be a game.
It's what is it? 6th versus 7th
Chicken
on the
at the
table, I believe. Yep. And they both got somewhat similar goals to
Goal difference.
goal differences. No, the goal differences are different, but they've got Brighton scored a bit more and conceded
For
2
sure.
less. It's still pretty close. Brighton's got 2 games in hand on them actually, and they're on the same amount of points.
Yes, I feel like it'll be a close game. I
Right,
can't
you've got two
honestly.
games
They're
left,
close to the
that's fair.
table. They're close. I don't know which way this is gonna go. That's why I went with a
Yeah.
1-1.
Yeah, same. I think
It's too hard to call. I
they've
feel.
both been overperforming, really impressing me. So, but
Yeah.
just equally as much.
Yeah,
You know,
so, exactly,
maybe
absolutely.
maybe Brighton a little bit more
Yeah,
than Fulham, but
I think
I don't
Fulham
know.
have something cooking, bro,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they've had the same manager all season, and they've stayed consistent.
Marco Silva's doing wonders.
Well, he was at Watford at one point, wasn't he?
I think
Marco
so. I
Silva?
think he's
Yeah,
been
he
around.
was.
He's been around. let's just say
He's
that.
definitely been around. I've definitely remember seeing him. No, I don't want to say Norwich. No. Anyway, so last game, and this is gonna be a fizzler, I reckon. Tottenham West Ham.
Another London derby.
I don't think this
There's
is
so
gonna be
many
a great
different London
game.
derbies.
I'm gonna go 0-0, man. Donuts.
I went 1-1.
I don't think there's attacking prowess for any team at the moment. I think West Ham again were lucky to draw that game against you guys, against Chelsea, and I don't know. I just think that the West Ham just aren't linking up well enough. Declan Rice is saving their asses. Oh my god, against Chelsea too. The amount of challenges he put in, bro, he was unreal, bro. So,
Yeah.
but going forward, they were struggling. And I think for that reason, I think there's gonna be no goals because I think for Rice to shut out that Chelsea, I get it. Chelsea are struggling, but I think I don't know. I think he's got the work rate of a workhorse. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't see anyone scoring for Tottenham. I don't see anyone scoring for West Ham, and yeah, I'm gonna go with the 0-0.
No, I see a stalemate, but just 1-1.
That's not a stalemate, then. You know that, yeah.
Yeah, but
Stalemate's
all right. Sorry, draw 1-1. I think there is goals there.
Yeah,
They don't always show it, but there's goals there.
Nah,
Sometimes.
this is gonna be the game where they don't show it. I think this is gonna be the fizzle. It's gonna be nothing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nothing.
Well, it looks like this week we've got a lot similar results. Sometimes more goals than others, but for the most part, we've done pretty similar for
Yeah, we
wins
have.
and wins and draws and losses.
Yeah, there's only a few there's those games we covered were very important.
Yeah.
The other games you've got a relegation battle as well. You got a relegation battle. You've got also a mid to top table battle with Brighton and Fulham. So
Yep.
it's going to be an interesting game week.
And just a quick refresher for the points for our predictions. Last game week I got 10 points. You're 5.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm currently 5 points. No, sorry, 6 points.
6 points.
No.
You didn't do the maths properly there, brother.
I didn't.
One
How many
behind,
points did you get
One
last week?
behind, and then I got 6.
Oh, you got 6 points.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
that's
got
right. Yeah,
6.
5.
That's right. I should
Yeah.
have corrected you when you said 5. That's all right. All good.
So,
So,
yeah, I'm 5 points ahead. So let's.
no, bro, I have something cooking.
Not gonna help.
I've got something cooking.
Oh, do ya?
Yeah.
I was about to say it's not gonna help if
All
you
my
keep
ball
doing the
knowledge hasn't
same.
been shown yet. I've just
It's
been
not
bluffing
gonna-
the whole time.
You're not gonna catch up if you keep doing the same predictions as me.
Oh,
but-
that's not what
but-
it is. Oh,
but-
bullshit. I
You
dug
could-
myself in the corner. I don't let you say shit.
No, but we have been doing a lot of the same.
I
Similar
know. Well, it's
But
because
if you-
we look at
we-
the same shit.
We'll
Obviously.
do like I say 1-1, you say 0-0. So if you get the correct scores and you get 3 points, that's how you.
They are two
yeah.
different results though. 1-1 and
True.
0 are two different results.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
and
true.
they are two
True.
big results. Like,
Could be
um,
2-2 and both get 1 point each. So
see what happens.
oh well.
Till next time, guys. Thanks
Yeah.
for joining.
Hope there hasn't been too much yellow for you in this episode.
Yeah, very. Look like
did not plan
Simpsons,
this.
bro, at the beach.
We did not plan this, but we let it happen.
Simpsons at the beach.
Simpsons at the beach. Where's the beach?
I'm just saying, we look like it because they're yellow.
I get why.
That
why
took
the
you
beach?
way too long. I
Why
thought
the
I was
beach?
slow, bro.
Why the beach?
Why else would a person have their top off?
Anyways, guys, I've been Aiden.
I've been Aiden. I've been Daniel.
He's been
Thanks
Daniel.
for joining. Thanks for putting
Make
up
sure
with Mike.
you hit the like button, comment, subscribe. You
Yeah,
know,
do
if
all
you
that good
ever
shit. We
comment
need
some
it.
questions, we'll answer it in the next one. You
We
know.
need that shit, yeah. And yeah, love to see responses to stories and stuff too. Yeah, I reckon we'll start pulling up some polling stuff or like ask us a question and then
Yeah,
see
next
what
week
happens
we
there, get
might,
a bit
we
more
might
interaction going.
keep eye out for a story asking for some questions. So maybe
Yeah.
next episode we'll do some answering fan questions.
That's it. Thanks for joining, guys,
Amazing.
and we'll see you next week.
Laters.